With dozens of digital currencies exploding as high as 3,475%, 21,611%, and even 81,465%, historians will call today's cryptocurrency market the biggest boom ever. And if you're missing out, you could be cheating yourself out of the only chance you'll ever have to turn a single $100 bill into a retirement fortune in a matter of months. And it couldn't be easier. Even if you know nothing about cryptocurrencies, all you have to do is follow my simple 3-step script because every single boom throughout history has followed this script. The stock market boom in the roaring 20s, the tech boom in the 90s, the housing boom in the 2000s, and now the booming cryptocurrency market is following this exact same 3-step script. Using this roadmap, I already made an investment that returned a total profit of $1.8 million from one single cryptocurrency trade. And before you guess, it was not Bitcoin, which is called the granddaddy of all cryptocurrencies. You see, Bitcoin gained a lot of publicity after it turned many regular folks into millionaires. As The Economist magazine says, anyone clever or lucky enough to have bought $1,000 worth of Bitcoins in July 2010 when the price stood at just 5 cents would now have a stash worth $46 million. But the thing is, the fast money in Bitcoin has probably already been made. It was easy to make a quick fortune when Bitcoin was trading for pennies. But now that the digital currency is trading around $4,000, it'll be harder for you to make millions from Bitcoin going forward. If you missed the Bitcoin boom, don't worry, because this year, hundreds of smaller cryptocurrencies have popped up. And unlike the expensive Bitcoin, many of these lesser known digital currencies are trading for pennies. In fact, I recently bought another cryptocurrency for just 52 cents, and it's already up 800% in just 3 weeks. Many other cryptos are trading for pocket change. That means you could get started with a single $100 bill. And if you follow my proven 3-step script, you could cash out with a retirement fortune just a few months from now. Just like what happened with early Bitcoin investors. I know that's a huge claim, but this kind of get-rich-quick opportunity is already happening. Look what happened with Verge, a new cryptocurrency that improved upon Bitcoin's privacy technology. Most people have never heard of it, but if you had invested a single $100 bill earlier this year, you could have cashed out with $57,236 in a little more than 2 months. Isn't that incredible? In my entire 20-plus year career on Wall Street, I've never seen any other investment that could make as much as 572 times your money in just a couple of months. And Verge is not the only cryptocurrency that's booming. Look what happened with Digibyte, a digital currency designed to protect its users against cyber threats. Just a few months ago, you could have bought it for pennies. And had you put in $100 earlier this year, it would have ballooned to as much as $30,628. Again, this explosion happened in a matter of months. And you can make even more money if you're a little more ambitious. The more you put in, the higher your gains. In the case of Digibyte, for example, you could have turned a $2,000 investment into a $612,578 retirement fortune. Most people don't make that kind of money in their lifetimes, and yet you could have done it in just a few months earlier this year. Amazing, right? Something similar happened with another cryptocurrency called Nexus. Had you invested $100 when it was trading for pennies, you could have walked away with $66,666. Invest a little more, for instance, $2,000, and you'd be looking at an incredible payout of more than $1.3 million. Imagine, you would be a certified millionaire in a matter of months from one single trade. Do you see now why historians will call this the biggest financial boom ever? And here's the thing, as incredible as these gains are, that's just a small taste of what's coming in the next 12 months. How do I know that? Because so far, cryptocurrencies are following a script that has been proven over and over again. Every single financial boom in history has followed this script. And according to this script, We're on the verge of a massive buying frenzy, starting with a single event that could occur as early as February 2nd. Even though one of my investments already returned $1.8 million from a single cryptocurrency trade, I expect to make much more in the coming months, again, starting as early as potentially February 2nd. That's when a single event could send cryptocurrencies into an epic parabolic move. I'll give you more details on that in just a moment. But what you need to know right now is that I'm not just making some sort of far-fetched guess. This is all part of my 3-step script I've been telling you about. And while most people don't know how to use this simple roadmap, every single boom in history has followed this script with no exception. Simply put, if you follow this script, you'll have a chance to turn $100 into a retirement fortune in the coming months, all while minimizing your risk. That's the good news. Now, here's the bad news. Like every single boom in history, this cryptocurrency bonanza might not last forever. In fact, it could be all over by next year. And when it's over, you'll never again quite see the get-rich-quick opportunity like we're seeing right now, ever again, not in your lifetime. What does this mean for you? It means today you have a very small window of opportunity to act, one that's closing with each passing day. In fact, every day you wait, someone else is growing rich from cryptocurrencies. Just take a look at the recent gains from some of these digital currencies. These are not annual gains. These are not monthly gains. These are gains that happened in a 24-hour period. Some of these cryptocurrencies are jumping 28%, 49%, and even 90% in a single day. Look at your retirement statement right now. I have no idea what you're doing with your money, but I guarantee you're not making these types of daily gains. These gains are, quite frankly, unheard of. It's why historians will call this the biggest boom ever. And if you miss it, I guarantee you'll regret it for the rest of your life. That's why I'm writing this urgent message, to show you how to use my proven 3-step script. The same script that helped my team of venture capitalists pocket $1.8 million in a matter of months. But before I give you all the details, I should probably introduce myself. I'm James Altucher. If my name sounds familiar, maybe you've read one of my 18 books, including my Wall Street Journal bestsellers, The Power of No, and my favorite, Choose Yourself. Maybe you've read some of my articles published in the Wall Street Journal, the Financial Times, and the New York Observer. Or listen to my podcast, The James Altucher Show, which has more than 20 million downloads. If you look me up online, you'll see that Wikipedia describes me as a hedge fund manager, entrepreneur, best-selling author, venture capitalist, and podcaster who has founded or co-founded more than 20 companies. And they've also forgotten to mention that I've been involved in computers for over 30 years. I wrote my first computer program in 1982 on an Apple II Plus. I've been a coder and hacker for the past 35 years. I'm telling you this because when it comes to cryptocurrencies, that is a big deal. You see, these digital currencies are created by computer programmers. That means you can only fully understand them if you can read the code behind each currency. And that is my bread and butter. I even know many of the computer guys who are actually developing these currencies. And thanks to my background, I've been neck deep in cryptocurrencies since 2013. In fact, that same year I created what was probably the first Bitcoin online store where I pre-sold my book, Choose Yourself, exclusively on Bitcoin. At the time, CNBC, they had never even heard of this. They even invited me to talk about it on live TV, on national television. The anchor was totally skeptical of Bitcoin. He insinuated I didn't really care about cryptocurrencies and was just pulling a marketing stunt. You can see my shocking response in the 30-second clip
I mean, essentially, it doesn't require a central bank, doesn't require a bank, doesn't require all the overhead of credit card fees. It's totally anonymous, all transactions. It's what I call a choose-yourself currency. It doesn't depend on any other institution to approve its use. And so I think for that reason alone, the philosophy behind these digital currencies, and Bitcoin's the leader, is very interesting and will ultimately succeed.
While I was telling everyone Bitcoin would succeed, the mainstream media was saying the exact opposite. A contributor for Business Insider called Bitcoin, quote unquote, something strange. And they questioned, why would anyone think this is useful? A CNN op-ed said it was a big scam designed to enrich its shadowy creators and, quote unquote, a bubble that could soon pop. This was years ago. And Slate published an article with the headline, quote unquote, Bitcoin is a Ponzi scheme. The internet's favorite currency will collapse. So if you missed the Bitcoin boom, it's not your fault. The mainstream media simply brainwashed most Americans into thinking Bitcoin was a scam. Well, had you ignored the clueless mainstream media and listened to what I said on CNBC instead, you would be up 3,710% today. That's more than 38 times your money in the last 4 years. Enough to earn a small retirement account of 10 grand into a $381,044 retirement fortune. I'm telling you this because I want you to realize that the mainstream media is also clueless when it comes to new technologies. Case in point, let me show you one more example where I was actually mocked on live TV. In 2007, shortly after Yahoo offered to buy Facebook for $1 billion, I went on CNBC and predicted the company would be worth at least $100 billion. They thought I was totally insane, and I was actually mocked on live TV. You can see the short 30-second clip. It's actually kind of entertaining.
All right, next right here, friend of Fast Money, James L. Teacher, has had a lot to say over the years, but here's why you should be listening to him.
Our next guest says, Mark Zuckerberg, hold on to what you've got. In the long run, going public will be the right thing to do. You're not serious, though, really. I mean, $100 billion.
If they were to just sort of sit on their hands and go public, I think you could start seeing Google-like numbers in the revenues and the EBITDA and in the valuation. So Google's at a $150 billion market cap. Eventually, Facebook's going to hit that if it were to go public and stay through it to the long haul.
Today, Facebook is worth more than $400 billion. And had you bought shares 5 years ago, you'd be up 870%. A few years after I made my Facebook prediction, CNBC published this headline admitting I was right. Bottom line, don't expect the mainstream media to show you how to make a fortune from new tech trends, including, and maybe especially, digital currencies, because they are always late to the party. Without my 3-step script, they're totally lost. Not to mention, there's so much misinformation out there. Some of my readers right now, I know, are getting scammed into investing in the wrong cryptocurrencies. And that's why I've made it my mission to reveal the truth about making money in this booming market. So it's time for me to set the record straight. So please, pay close attention, because in the next few minutes, I will show you how to use the same script my team of venture capitalists used to bank $1.8 million in a matter of months. I'll show you what I'm doing with my own money, my family's fortune, the money I plan to leave to my kids and grandkids. Then you can decide if this is right for you. The truth is, dozens of cryptocurrencies are exploding 3,475%, 21,611%, and even 81,465% in a matter of months. Take a look. The few people who understand what's going on are already making a life-changing fortune. People like Alan A., a 47-year-old San Franciscan. Less than a year ago, he bought 3 digital currencies, Ether, Gollum, and Gnosis. Within 6 months, just 6 months, he turned his $8,500 initial investment into $7.5 million. That's a return of 88,000% in a matter of months. Incredible, right? Sean I. from New York scored big wins in cryptocurrencies like Game, Litecoin, Ripple, and Dogecoin, and he was able to turn his initial stake of $15,000 into a $3 million fortune in less than 2 years. After becoming a crypto millionaire, he said, anybody right now with half a mind and at least 4 fingers can click some buttons and get in on this inevitable exponential rise in crypto and make an insane amount of money. As amazing as these gains are, that's just the beginning, and it's a small taste of what's coming. Because on February 2nd, there's a single event taking place at precisely 4 p.m. And it could trigger a mad rush into cryptocurrencies. If you take a position right now in the right cryptos, and I'll show you which ones, you could turn a single $100 bill into a retirement fortune in the next 12 months. And don't worry if you've never invested in cryptocurrencies before. Even if you have no clue what a digital currency is, you could still walk away with a life-changing fortune. Because I put together an exclusive beginner's guide package just for you. And I'd like to send you this cryptocurrency package totally free of charge. It includes my brand new book called Cryptocurrencies 101, How to Make a Fortune from Digital Currencies. It's not available anywhere else. And a never before released 6-video series masterclass on cryptocurrencies where I will walk you through step by step through the entire process. As far as I know, there's nothing like this out there. I could probably charge hundreds of dollars for this package, but for reasons that will become clear soon, I want you to have it for free. I'll show you how to claim it in just a moment. First, let me show you how this cryptocurrency script works. The boom in cryptocurrencies is following the same script that is played out over and over again. You see, every boom follows a sequence of 3 stages. First, only early enthusiasts are courageous enough to invest in the new trend. That's stage 1. Then institutional investors, the so-called smart money, jump in. That's stage 2. Finally, the public joins the party, triggering a massive explosion in price, and that is stage 3. If you know how to use this roadmap, you can make an absolute fortune. And to help you understand how this 1, 2, 3 sequence works, let me show you what happened during the 1990s boom in tech stocks. In the mid-1990s, most people didn't even know what the internet was. In 1994, the morning show, NBC's Today, had a segment where one of the anchors asked, "What is this internet anyway?" While most people were dismissing the technology as a fad, early adopters like myself were already heavily investing in it. In 1995, I correctly predicted every company would need a website. So I started my first internet company to help big corporations get online. That's how I ended up building the first websites for American Express, HBO, Sony, and Disney, among others. That was stage 1 of the boom. Only when Netscape went public in late 1995 did people outside of Silicon Valley start taking this internet seriously. That's when institutional investors started joining the party, with pension funds and venture capitalists making a fortune when companies like Yahoo and Amazon went public. The additional flow of money from the smart money helped push tech stocks even higher. That was stage 2 of the boom. But the public was still not participating. In June 1998, for example, mainstream economist Paul Krugman predicted the internet's impact on the economy would be no greater than the fax machine. It wasn't until 1999 that the masses finally started to invest heavily in tech stocks. With more people jumping into the market, tech stocks jumped even higher, attracting more and more people wanting to get a piece of the action. And that was the third and most explosive stage of the boom, with the NASDAQ soaring more than 85% in 1999 alone. I'm telling you this because my research shows that cryptocurrencies are following this exact same script. First, early enthusiasts. Second, institutional investors. And third, and finally, the public. So keep this sequence in mind, because in just a moment, I'll show you how you can use this simple script to turn $100 into a retirement fortune in the next 12 months. There's no need to risk your hard-earned money trying to guess when these currencies will move, because every single boom in history has followed this script. The so-called Roaring Twenties follow this same roadmap. First, only early enthusiasts invested in new technology of the time, such as radio, the car, and easy access to electric power. Then, in 1924, institutional investors jumped in. Finally, in the late 1920s, the news started reporting stories of overnight fortunes, and regular folks started to wonder, why not me? They started borrowing money just to buy stocks. The result? Stocks went straight up. In 1928 alone, the stock market doubled. And it's not just stock booms that follow this three-step script either. The US housing boom also followed this roadmap. Take a look. The biggest jump in housing prices happened from 2003 to 2006, when we entered stage 3 of the boom and flipping houses became a national obsession. And it's not just here in the US. Something similar happened during the historic boom in Japanese stocks, with the masses pushing stocks straight up during stage 3 in the 1980s. This script is so reliable that it goes back centuries. Just take a look what happened with shares of the South Sea Company in 1720, and with the boom in tulip bulbs in Holland during the early 1600s. Isn't that incredible? No matter what asset class, no matter what geographic location, and no matter what year the boom happened, every single boom throughout history has followed the same script. It works 100% of the time. And in each one of these booms, people who knew how to use this script walked away with a fortune. Those who didn't lost all of their money. So where are we now in this digital currency boom? Well, let me walk you through the 3 stages using Bitcoin as an example. When Bitcoin went public in 2010, very few people understood the opportunity. Much like the internet in 1994, most people dismissed it as a useless technology. Only early enthusiasts invested in Bitcoin. People like Brian Z from San Francisco. Back in 2010, he bought about 20,000 Bitcoins when the digital currency was trading for just over 15 cents. Well, that initial investment of $3,000 is worth an astounding $85.9 million. He now spends his day traveling the world in ultra-luxurious style, staying exclusively in 5-star suites. He says, "I have everything I've ever dreamed of. I fly all over the world visiting friends. I do whatever I want with my time, and I never have to worry about money for the rest of my life." Imagine if that happened to you. That could be a reality a few months from now, but only if you invest in the right smaller cryptocurrencies, the ones that are still cheap. Because the truth is, the big money in Bitcoin has already been made by early enthusiasts. That was stage 1 of the Bitcoin boom. We've moved into stage 2 around 2014 when institutional investors, aka quote-unquote the smart money, started investing in Bitcoin. Let me show you how. What started in 2014 has only intensified this year. You see, the smart money is not just looking at Bitcoin anymore. With hundreds of cryptocurrencies exploding 3,475%, 21,611%, and even 81,465%, they're now investing in these smaller, lesser-known digital currencies. Forbes even published the following headline recently: "Crypto boom. 15 new hedge funds want in on 84,000% returns," and went on to say, "Given how many new crypto millionaires have been minted, old hands in finance who want in on this new world of value are launching funds. Aside from these 15 new hedge funds, there are 70 more in the pipeline. Once all those 70 funds get set up, billions of new capital, billions, will flow into these cryptocurrencies, helping to push them even higher." Ronnie Moas, founder of Standpoint Research, explains this gold rush. "The floodgates are opening. I believe there are hedge funds and very deep-pocketed individuals going into this now, really hundreds of millions of dollars. And get this, Fidelity, which has $6.2 trillion in assets under management, has just partnered with Coinbase, the most popular cryptocurrency exchange. Imagine what will happen if some of those trillions start moving into cryptos. Simply put, institutional investors are jumping in with both feet. This is all part of stage 2 of my script. And to prove my point, here's a little bit of an inside scoop. Andreessen Horowitz and Sequoia Capital are 2 of the most highly respected venture capital firms in Silicon Valley. That's because they tend to see major technology trends before anyone else. They've made billions by investing very early in social media companies like Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter. Simply put, when these guys invest in something new, you should pay close attention. Well, Forbes has just reported that they secretly invested in a cryptocurrency fund called Metastable. And I knew that way before the media reported on it. How? Because I'm good friends with one of the founders of the fund. You see, in the last 30 years, I've built connections that go from the head of Google X, which is Google's experimental laboratory, to Peter Thiel, founder of PayPal and early investor in Facebook, to billionaire Mark Cuban, owner of the Dallas Mavericks and Shark Tank TV show star. My network also includes people like Tony Robbins, Damon John, and Shark Tank star Robert Herjavec. I'm also invested with just about every big hedge fund manager in Manhattan and every major venture capital firm on both the East Coast and in Silicon Valley. I can see behind the scenes that the smart money is now getting heavily involved in cryptocurrency. My billionaire friend, Mark Cuban, is investing in it, Google is in it, and so is billionaire Richard Branson. With all this money flowing in, it's no wonder many cryptocurrencies are exploding this year. Remember when I said you could turn $100 into a retirement fortune? Look what happened with a little-known currency called NEM. It has jumped as high as 291,142% in the last several years. That's enough to turn a single $100 bill, just a $100 bill, into $291,242. That's more than 3 times what the average retiree has in their retirement account. It's amazing, right? Imagine adding almost $300,000 to your nest egg, starting with just $100 in just a couple of years. That right there is the power of these smaller cryptocurrencies. Or look what happened with another digital currency called Ethereum. Had you put in just $500, it would have ballooned into a retirement fortune of as much as $407,822 in just a couple of years. And if you invested a little bit more, you could have walked away with literally millions of dollars. For example, a $5,000 investment in another cryptocurrency called Sibcoin could have paid you a $2.8 million fortune in a matter of months. No wonder the smart money wants a piece of the pie. Look, I recently had lunch with several hedge fund managers and other Wall Streeters in New York, and they were all asking me about cryptocurrencies. They want to know how to get involved because they know we'll never see a boom like this again. Never. If you don't know anything about cryptocurrencies, don't worry, because you are not alone. Despite the massive investments from quote-unquote the smart money, despite all the newly minted millionaires, and despite this exploding market, most people don't even know what a cryptocurrency is. To this date, less than 1 in 10,000 people has invested in Bitcoin. Just ask your friends, spouse, and neighbors what they think of Ethereum, Litecoin, and Monero. I bet they'll have no clue what you're talking about. That's because the masses are not yet participating in this boom. Not yet. Professor Panos, chair of the Department of Economics at Long Island University in New York, agrees with me. He said, we're still missing a broad participation beyond the pioneers and the early adopters. And that's the key to my 3-step script. Remember, the biggest gains in any bull market throughout history only happen when the public joins the trend. It's the masses that will push cryptocurrencies to the moon. And that's exactly what's set to happen as early as February 2nd. You see, with cryptocurrencies minting new millionaires every day, this epic boom is starting to grab some headlines. Take a look. The Guardian writes, the booming market in cryptocurrencies can now be on the cusp of mainstream financial credibility. There's so much human capital and real money being poured into the space, we're at the takeoff point, says billionaire investor Michael Novogratz. According to CNBC trader Brian Kelly, cryptocurrencies are following the same exponential growth trajectory as the internet. It's a once-in-a-generation investment opportunity. There is infinite upside, says Henry Blodgett, founder of Business Insider. With cryptocurrencies gaining publicity, the masses will not remain on the sideline for much longer. In fact, I want you to mark February 2nd on your calendar. Because potentially as early as this single event, cryptocurrencies could catapult into the third and most explosive stage of the boom. Simply put, this potential event will trigger a buying frenzy and help mint a new round of crypto millionaires. You see, big tech companies like Microsoft and Overstock are already accepting Bitcoin as a form of payment. But what would happen if the world's largest online retailer started doing the same? We're about to find out. Because with the popular of Bitcoin exploding, with people like Bill Gates saying cryptocurrencies are the future of money, and with big economies like Japan legalizing Bitcoin as a form of payment, I am certain that Amazon is eventually going to accept Bitcoin. They have no choice, and this will be the tipping point that will create massive generational wealth unlike anything we've ever seen before. Given the company's history of staying ahead of its retail rivals, Amazon could make the announcement as early as February 2nd at 4 p.m. during its next earnings conference call, which is why I want you to act right now. You see, eBay, Amazon's biggest competitor, has already expressed interest in accepting Bitcoin payment. And according to Overstock CEO Patrick Byrne, Amazon will soon have no choice but to start accepting Bitcoins. He said they have to follow suit. I'll be stunned if they don't, because they can't just cede that part of the market to us if we're the only main large retail site taking Bitcoin. Look, Amazon Web Services has already been working with Digital Currency Group, one of the biggest investors in the cryptocurrency technology, and Amazon executive Scott Mullins has confirmed it. Amazon is working with financial institutions and crypto experts to spur innovation and facilitate frictionless experimentation. According to my research, they could make the announcement by February 2nd. Once that happens, the impact on cryptocurrencies is going to be huge. We'll see a buying frenzy like never seen before. It'll be bigger than the Black Friday crowd at Best Buy. Only those who get in early will get a good deal. Most people will be left out. That's why I urge you to get in right now. Get ahead of the crowd, ahead of the massive buying frenzy that will push cryptocurrencies straight up. Like I showed you today, every boom follows this three-step script. First, only early adopters bought Bitcoin. Second, the smart money started joining the party. And now we're about to enter the third and most explosive stage of the boom in cryptocurrencies. If you get in before February 2nd, you will have a rare chance to turn $100 into a retirement fortune. After that date, this window of opportunity will be slammed shut forever. You'll never see an opportunity like this again, not in your lifetime. But do not rush to buy every cryptocurrency out there. You see, right now there are 840 cryptocurrencies available, and if you blindly buy any of those, there's a 95% chance you'll lose all of your money. That's because 95% of them are worthless and will eventually go to zero. Here's the truth you won't hear anywhere else. Many of these digital currencies don't have the technology necessary to make them a viable form of money. Some can be printed willy-nilly, others can be easily hacked, and others are simply a scam. How do I know that? Because aside from being a computer coder myself, I know other computer hackers who have looked into the codes of these currencies. For example, one of my contacts analyzed the cryptocurrency DAO and discovered it was very susceptible to hacking. I stayed away from that specific digital currency, and sure enough, it was hacked and investors lost millions. Look, I'll be the first to concede that many of these tiny cryptocurrencies are risky speculations. But if you're avoiding all cryptocurrencies, well, you're costing yourself tens of thousands, even millions of dollars. Because the truth is, cryptocurrencies are here to stay. They're doing to money what the internet did to mail. It's the future of money. Saying cryptocurrencies are going away, it's like saying the internet is going away. It's not going to happen, but you'll only make money if you buy the right cryptocurrencies. Remember what happened during the 1990s tech boom. A lot of people made a fortune during the boom. I personally made $15 million in 1998 alone. And those who invested in enduring companies like Amazon, Google, and eBay got very, very, very rich. At the same time, scores of foolish day traders and IPO junkies got crushed because they invested in the wrong tech companies. Companies that were worthless garbage. That history is repeating itself right now in the cryptocurrency space. Only a handful of these digital currencies can really help you make money, and I want to show you which ones. To help you get started, I'd like to send you this free package, which includes my brand new book and an exclusive 6-video series Masterclass on Cryptocurrencies. This package is not available on Amazon or anywhere else, but I've reserved a free unit for you today. Inside the book, Cryptocurrencies 101, How to Make a Fortune from Digital Currencies, you'll discover the number one cryptocurrency to buy right now, and no, it's not Bitcoin. It's already up 3,432% this year alone, but that's just the beginning. With Fortune 500 companies like JP Morgan Chase, Intel, and Microsoft investing in this currency, the potential here is really explosive. Even better, it's trading for a fraction of Bitcoin's price. But it won't remain cheap for long. Learn the details inside my new book. You'll also learn the number one mistake cryptocurrency investors are making right now. This could be the most important part of the book, because a lot of people who are making this mistake will get wiped out, but you will not be one of them. Another thing you'll learn, the computer geek secret to making sure your crypto account will never be hacked. Hint, you can do this even if you know nothing about computers. Another thing you will learn, the 3-step screening process my team of venture capitalists used to pocket $1.8 million in a matter of months. With these 3 simple steps, you'll be able to tell which cryptocurrencies are legit and which ones are a scam. If a currency does not check all these 3 boxes, forget about it. Finally, you're going to learn how to invest in the booming cryptocurrency industry directly from your retirement account. With this secret, you will not need to fill out extra paperwork or open an account with a digital currency broker. You can even use your IRA. Simply follow my instructions, and much, much more. By claiming it today, you'll have a copy hot off the press. You'll find everything you need to get started inside this free book, from the philosophy behind digital currencies to opening an account to finding the right currencies to buy. And don't worry, investing in cryptocurrencies is so easy, a kid can do it, and I'm not kidding. Just look at Eric F., a 12-year-old kid from Idaho. He started with a small investment of $1,000 in Bitcoin and was able to turn that into a $1.2 million fortune. If he can do it, believe me, anyone can. And to make your life even easier, this package also includes a never-before-released 6-video series masterclass on cryptocurrencies. You see, rather than just leaving you with a book, I wanted to walk you step by step through the entire process on camera. So here's what I did. I used my contacts in New York to select 4 people who knew nothing about cryptocurrencies. I put them in a room with me, and I got the cameras rolling. These are everyday folks, just like you, people who want to make a fortune from cryptocurrencies, but don't know how to get started. I wanted to prove to you that anyone could do this. I've recorded everything, and I'd like to send you this 6-video masterclass for free. I'll personally hold your hand and teach you everything I know about how to make money from cryptos. In a moment, I'm going to show you how you can access everything. First, you might be wondering, why would I go through all this work? Why not just keep this information to myself and make a fortune? To answer that, let me tell you a very personal story that explains everything. As I mentioned, I'm already profiting from cryptocurrencies, and my team of venture capitalists even banked $1.8 million recently. But life has not always been this quote-unquote easy for me. You see, a few years ago, I lost my entire life savings. Back in 1998, I made $15 million when I sold my first company. The company was called Reset. And I was young and I was stupid. And within 3.5 years, I went from millionaire to having just $143 left in my bank account. $143. Let me tell you, it is not a good feeling when you have no clue how you pay your mortgage or even your children's education. I was so broke and depressed that suicide crossed my mind. I thought maybe my 2 little girls would be better off with the $4 million payout from my life insurance policy than with me. But then I recovered, got my act straight, and launched new successful businesses. And here I am. Today, I'm doing everything I can to make sure my kids and grandkids will never go through the financial nightmare I went through. And I don't want you to go through that either. Today, you have a once-in-a-generation chance to secure a comfortable retirement once and for all. I sincerely believe those who take the right steps today can make a killing from cryptocurrencies. A year from now, you could be traveling around the world, spending your time in your new luxury home in the south of France, or simply drinking a cocktail with your loved ones in some exotic beach, with the peace of mind that only comes when you know you'll never have to worry about money again. I'm talking about making enough to fund your entire retirement and still leave money for your kids and grandkids. Even though cryptocurrencies are the best investment opportunity I've seen in my 35-year career, it's not the only investment trend I follow. In fact, on the first weekday of every month, I publish a monthly income and opportunity briefing called the Altitude Report. I decided to launch this briefing because I know America is changing in profound ways. If you want a comfortable retirement, you can no longer rely on conventional institutions like the government, Wall Street firms, or corporations. The truth is, if you don't choose the life you want to live, chances are someone else is going to choose it for you, and the results are probably not going to be pretty. And that's my mission in the Altitude Report, to help everyday American retirees end their reliance on conventional institutions. I want people to learn how to grow your wealth and create your own streams of income so you can live your retirement exactly how you want without ever having to worry about money. The Altitude Report is the only place where I'll personally update you on emerging new ways to earn more income and grow your wealth. It could be a new business idea, a potential deal with someone in my vast network of contacts, or an explosive investment in a new disruptive technology. Whenever I come across a unique opportunity, I'll tell you when to buy, I'll tell you when to sell, and I'll give you all of my analysis behind each recommended move. No guesswork, it couldn't get easier. And you could start today by claiming your free cryptocurrency package. I'll send it to your doorstep as soon as you take a risk-free trial of the Altitude Report. My hope is that for you as a reader, it will be like having a wealthy friend who's a Silicon Valley insider, a friend who's an insider in the Manhattan financial world and in the publishing and media world. I'll share secrets, insights, and ideas I promise you won't hear anywhere else. But don't take my word for it. Here's what others are saying about my work. Brian Rashid, a writer for Forbes, says, "This man has changed my life and the lives of thousands of people that follow his every word. He is the most valuable mentor I have. I think that James is a national treasure and probably the most unique man anywhere right now in any kind of financial related media." That was said by Porter Stansberry, founder of Stansberry and Associates Investment Research. James Altucher is scary smart, according to Stephen J. Dubner, 3-time New York Times bestselling co-author of Freakonomics. Don M. writes, "James is very honest about his life, both his successes as well as his failures. He is a relentless idea machine and forward thinker. I was deeply influenced by your insights at a point in my life where I needed change. And since then, I have quit my job, started a company, and we're actually raising money. So just saying thanks. What you are doing matters," says Dan Darrell. And finally, Bruce H. writes, "I've been reading James' books, The Altitude Report, and listening to his podcast for years. The reason why I've spent so much time listening to James is that he provides a ton of value. I'm glad my work is already changing people's lives, and I want you to be the next success story, starting with this once-in-a-generation opportunity in the cryptocurrency market. I know there's nothing like my cryptocurrency package available in the market, but I've seen some live cryptocurrency trading selling for more than $2,000, so I know I can easily sell this package for $199 on Amazon. And that would be an incredible bargain. But like I mentioned before, this is not for sale. I'm making this available to my readers only. That means today this package can be yours for free as soon as you take a risk-free trial to the Altitude Report. And don't worry, you're not going to pay anywhere near $199 to take this risk-free trial. I'll tell you more about this special offer in just a moment. First, I'd like to make this deal even sweeter by adding 3 more special gifts for you. Bonus report number 1, the 48x backdoor way to the cryptocurrency market. During the famous California gold rush, those who mined gold made a fortune. But they were not the only ones. Those who provided the miners with the picks, shovels, and other equipment needed for gold mining also walked away with fortunes. The same thing will happen with the crypto rush. I found a handful of public companies that are involved in the sector, and you can easily beat the market with them and make 5, 10, even 20 times your money in the coming years. For example, take my cryptocurrency stock, number one. This company produces the chips that are essential for the cryptocurrency industry to function. No wonder the stock has already jumped 771% in the last couple of years. In a time when the stock market went up just 16%. This means you could have made 48 times more money than the overall market just in the last couple of years, and that's just from one stock. I've identified two other opportunities, one in the retail space and one in the cybersecurity space. And inside this report, you'll get all the details on all three stocks. The ticker symbols, the analysis, when to buy, how much to pay, etc. This report is yours free when we take a risk-free trial of the Altitude report. Bonus report number 2, make 1,000% from the 7 biggest money-making trends in America. Most people never make 1,000% on a single investment in their lifetime. But if you understand what's about to happen next, it really is possible. And thanks to my extensive network that goes from Wall Street to Silicon Valley, I tend to hear about investment ideas before they become popular. And that's how you make big money, by getting in before the crowd. This is exactly how I've made some great gains in recent years, including 6,000% on an early investment in Buddy Media, which is a social media platform now owned by Salesforce.com, 2,600% on an early investment in Ticketfly, which was a competitor to Ticketmaster, so lets you purchase tickets to events online, 1,200% in a little-known cloud computing firm. But that's the past. Looking ahead, I'm now focusing on the 7 newest and most important big trends in America today. And for each trend, I've already identified the best way to play it in the stock market. That's 7 stocks that can help you make 1,000% gains in the next few years as these trends go mainstream. You'll find all the details inside this second gift. It's also yours for free when you take a risk-free trial of the Altitude report. Special bonus number 3, my book, The Choose Yourself Guide to Wealth. The list price of this hardcover is currently $22.46 on Amazon. But I'll give you an electronic copy of this book absolutely free as part of this offer. This book is jam-packed with some of my best income secrets that I personally use to survive and thrive in the new American economy. For example, you'll discover how to make $40,000 a month on Amazon. You'll be amazed when you learn how one of my friends is using Amazon to make more money than 95% of CEOs in the corporate world without owning a company, sourcing products, or hiring employees. How to eliminate your debt in 30 seconds or less. You'll discover a secret method you can use to get rid of your mortgage and credit card debt. It has nothing to do with declaring bankruptcy, moving, or hiding your assets, and it's 100% legal. But I have to warn you, this strategy is not for everyone. You'll learn how to use my idea matrix to create your own income and never rely on corporate America or the government again. Worried about depending on Social Security checks? Anyone who learns how to use this one secret tool may never have to worry about income again, and much, much more. If you respond today to this special offer, you'll get immediate access to all of these money-making secrets for free. Just to recap, here's everything you'll get. My exclusive cryptocurrency package, which includes my brand new book, Cryptocurrencies 101, How to Make a Fortune from Digital Currencies. And you'll also get my 6-video series, Masterclass on Cryptocurrencies, which has a value of $199, 12 issues of the Altitude report, value of $99, bonus gift number 1, the 48x backdoor way to the cryptocurrency market, that has a value of $39, bonus gift number 2, make 1,000% from the 7 biggest money-making trends in America, value $39, bonus gift number 3, an electronic copy of my book, The Choose Yourself Guide to Wealth, value $25, and I worked years on that book. Special members-only email updates. Wondering what to buy, sell, or hold? As a member, you'll receive updates every single week on every important piece of news relating to the markets and any of the ideas I may recommend in the Altitude report. Value $19. You're going to get access to the Altitude report support team. As a new member, you'll receive complete access to my support team, which can be reached by phone or email between the hours of 9 a.m. and 5 p.m. Eastern, Monday through Friday, value $19. That's a total value of $439. But with today's special offer, you're not going to pay anywhere near that. Here's what I'm going to propose. Take a full year to just try it. No pressure. Because of today's unprecedented situation in cryptocurrencies, and because you probably don't know me that well, I want to make it as easy and hassle-free as possible for you to try my work. So I asked my publisher to lower the price down to a level that would barely cover our publishing costs. And we agreed on an incredible deal of $49. That means you only pay a tiny fraction of the full value of $439. And it means that just for 13 cents a day, you can have a full year subscription of the Altitude Report. And you'll get everything else I promised today, including my cryptocurrency package. I've also prepared a special risk nothing, keep everything guarantee. When you sign up for the Altitude Report, we'll give you a full year to test out the service at no risk to you. During that year, you'll get 12 new issues, one a month. If during those first 12 months you find you're not satisfied with the Altitude Report, you can simply call or email our customer service team and cancel your subscription. We'll give you a full refund, no questions asked, and we'll let you keep everything you received during your year as a subscriber at no charge. You can keep your book, Cryptocurrencies 101, How to Make a Fortune from Digital Currencies. You can keep your 6-video series, Masterclass on Cryptocurrencies. You can keep all the issues, and you can keep all 3 bonus gifts. You can keep everything. This means there's no risk to you at all. It's our way of saying thank you for giving the Altitude Report a try.
But please, let me know before February 2nd.
As I showed you today, Amazon could potentially make an announcement during its next conference call.
It's scheduled for February 2nd, precisely at 4 p.m. Eastern.
Dozens of cryptocurrencies could explode 100%, 500%, or even 1,000% or more that day alone. If you wait until after the announcement, I'm afraid it might be too late, and this opportunity will be lost forever. Remember, this is the biggest boom in history. You will never see this again, not in your lifetime. This is your only and last chance to turn $100 into a retirement fortune. It sure sounds impossible, but you know it's not. It already happened with Bitcoin, where just $100 invested 7 years ago would be worth $6.8 million today, and now it's happening again with smaller cryptocurrencies. Today I showed you how Alan A. used these cryptos to turn $8,500 into $7.5 million in just 6 months. How Sean I. turned $15,000 into a $3 million fortune. And how I recently made an investment that returned $1.8 million from a single trade. When you think about it like that, you simply have to respond to this offer right away. There's really no reason why you shouldn't. Don't waste any time or you will be left out. Please click on the button below to claim your free cryptocurrency package and a no-risk trial subscription at today's substantial discount to my research service, the Altitude Report. I sincerely hope you join us today. I've given you my very best price offer and a risk nothing and keep everything guarantee. That means you have zero risk in joining us. That's zero downside for what could be your only chance of turning $100 into a retirement fortune in the coming months. To get started, simply click on the button below. It will take you to a secure sign-up sheet where you can review everything one last time before you join. Remember, many of these cryptocurrencies are exploding 3,475%, 21,611%, and even 81,465% higher.
Which is why historians will call this the biggest boom ever. And with the big announcement coming as early as February 2nd, you want to hurry so you don't miss out.
This is your only chance of turning $100 into a retirement fortune. If you miss out on this epic boom, you'll regret it for the rest of your life. I look forward to welcoming you to the Altitude Report in the next few minutes. Click below to get started.